What is friendship? Aristotle devotes 2 chapters of his Nicomachean Ethics to analyzing friendship. The Greek term for friendship is philia and is much broader than what we understand by friendship today. In this video, we will find out what friendship means, what types of friendship Aristotle distinguishes, and how many friends are necessary for a happy life. Friendship is always based on reciprocity, more precisely on mutual love and benevolence. Mutual love means that you appreciate and like each other. Benevolence means wishing the other person well. You can therefore not be friends with inanimate things, such as a stuffed animal. I can show the stuffed animal love, but the stuffed animal cannot return my love. For Aristotle, the third requirement for true friendship is that the mutual love and benevolence for the other person are recognizable. If 2 strangers show each other love and benevolence without knowing each other's attitude, they are not friends. According to Aristotle, these 3 conditions apply to all forms of friendship. If they are not met, it is not friendship. The Greek term philia means more than our term friendship. It refers to a unique form of interpersonal relationship, a friendly love in which, in contrast to bodily and divine love, the focus is on the friendly relationship between the lovers. And what do the friends love about each other? According to Aristotle, not everything is the object of love in a friendship, but only that which is lovable. 3 goods can be loved, and in different ways: the good, the pleasant, and the useful. The useful is loved in order to achieve something pleasant or good. It is therefore only loved as a means to achieve another goal. The good and the pleasant, on the other hand, are goals that are loved for their own sake. According to Aristotle, every person loves his friend for a certain reason, either because he considers him to be good, pleasant, or useful. Aristotle distinguishes between 3 types of friendship: the friendship of utility, the friendship of pleasure, and the perfect friendship or friendship of virtue. The friendship of utility is based on the fact that 2 people benefit from each other. They are only friends with each other because the friendship benefits both of them. It is therefore a partnership of convenience, such as a business relationship or a learning partnership. People whose friendship is based on utility love each other because they consider themselves useful. As soon as one of the friends is no longer useful, the friendship ends. The friendship of pleasure is based on the pleasure that friendship brings. You are only friends with each other because you have fun together and spend a pleasant time together. An example of a friendship based on pleasure would be a party friendship where you go out partying and have fun together. People whose friendship is based on pleasure love each other because they think they are pleasant. If you no longer have fun together, or there are unpleasantnesses and problems, the friendship ends. In these 2 types of friendship, you love the other person not for their own sake, but because you gain something from the friendship, either some benefit or a pleasant time. For this reason, such friendships are unstable and do not last long. If the friendship is only based on benefit or pleasure, it ends as soon as it no longer brings any benefit or pleasure. A person does not necessarily have the qualities of being pleasant or useful permanently, but can lose them over time. The basis for such friendships is therefore impermanent. It is also difficult to develop real trust in such friendships. Friendships of pleasure or utility are imperfect, superficial, weak, and impermanent types of friendship. Aristotle calls them accidental friendships. In such relationships, the focus is not on the friend himself, but on personal advantage. Even bad people are capable of forming accidental friendships. You don't need a good character for this. For these 2 cases to be considered friendship at all, the benefit or pleasure must be mutual, as with all types of friendship. If only one person benefits from the other, or only one person finds the other pleasant and not vice versa, then it is not a friendship. According to Aristotle, the friendship of pleasure is mostly found in young people, as young people are more volatile and spontaneous and are more guided by their emotions. As they get older, the things they enjoy often change, and these friendships quickly dissolve. The friendship of older people, on the other hand, seems to be based more on benefits. For them, the focus is no longer on pleasure, but on the benefits of a friendship. The highest form of friendship is the perfect friendship, or the friendship of virtue. Here the friend is not loved because he is pleasant or useful, but because he is good. This friend is loved because of his personal qualities, more precisely, because of his virtues, his good character. For Aristotle, virtues are good character traits that are acquired over time by finding the right mean between two extremes. In a perfect friendship, you wish your friend well for his sake, regardless of whether he benefits you or promotes your own pleasure. Benefits and pleasure also play a role in a perfect friendship, of course, although they are not the main reason for the friendship. You can also feel pleasure or benefit from each other in a perfect friendship, above all because you appreciate the virtues of your friend and strengthen and develop your own virtues through the friendship. However, since perfect friendship is not based on utility or pleasure, it is much more stable than the other two types of friendship. It does not end even when things get uncomfortable. For a perfect friendship, both friends need to be of good character. Let's take a look at the essential characteristics of perfect friendship. You wish your friend well for his own sake and love him for his own sake. You have gotten to know each other over a longer period of time. Perfect friendship is always built to last. It is strengthened over time through shared experiences and is characterized by mutual trust that has developed slowly. Like any other virtue, friendship must become a habit through repeated action. Friendship is cemented through everyday interaction. Being part of a friend's life, and thus physical proximity and communication, are important for such a friendship. Individual friends have a good relationship with themselves, so they are also friends with themselves. According to Aristotle, you behave towards your friend as you behave towards yourself. Aristotle therefore describes the perfect friend as another self. They have things in common, and both friends have a good character. Aristotle defines perfect friendship as friendship between people who are good and equal in virtue. The perfect friendship is the only true friendship, a lasting, trusting relationship based on virtue. Such a friendship is very rare, as a relationship of trust can only develop over a long period of time and only between morally impeccable people. Perfect friendship only exists between equals, while friendship of utility and pleasure can also exist between unequals. In a friendship between unequals, one is inferior and the other superior. For example, a friend is better, more worthy, more powerful, more experienced or richer because of their age, degree of kinship, or gender. Aristotle writes, "Another kind of friendship is that which is based on superiority. For example, the friendship of father to son, and of elder to younger in general, that of husband to wife, and that of every ruler to the ruled. These types of friendship do not depend on the individual and his virtue, but on his social status and social role. First of all, the value of the persons themselves differs, and, as a result, so does the value of the mutual benefits. In a friendship of utility between people in different positions of power, for example, the more powerful person can provide more benefit to the less powerful person than vice versa. A father is also superior to his son because he bears responsibility for him, brings him up, and provides for him financially. A friendship between unequal people is still possible and can work, unless the distance between the people is too great. The inequality between two people can be balanced out by the inferior giving more for friendship than the superior. For example, the son must show the father more respect than vice versa, as the father is higher. The fact that a friendship between unequal people is possible at all is due to love. Through love, people become like each other and can become friends. What is important is that perfect friendships can only exist between equals. Friendships between unequals are always friendships of utility or friendships of pleasure, that is, imperfect or accidental friendships. Aristotle warns against too many imperfect or accidental friendships. Should one now make as many friends as possible, or will it also be appropriate in friendship neither to be without friends nor to have too many friends? Where it is a question of friends for benefits, the saying will be considered quite appropriate. For to return benefits to many people is laborious, and life is not long enough to do so. Therefore, friends in greater numbers than are sufficient for one's own life are superfluous and obstacles to a life of value. They are therefore not necessary. A few friends are also sufficient for pleasure, like the spice in food. According to Aristotle, it is in the nature of perfect friendship that only a few such intensive friendships can be cultivated. He writes, "So is certainly right, then, that one should not strive to have as many friends as possible, but only as many as are sufficient for living together. for it should not be possible to be a friend to many people in an intense way. Since man is a social being, friendship has a special significance for social and political life. It is an important part of eudaimonia, a happy and successful life. Aristotle writes, "So to be happy, you need friends who are good people." For Aristotle, the term philia encompasses familial, social, and friendly relationships. Friendship in the Aristotelian sense can therefore be found in all forms of human community, between husband and wife, between parents and children, between siblings, between business associates, between lover and beloved, between citizens of a polis, and between rulers and ruled. According to Aristotle, even the various good polis constitutions or forms of government are forms of friendship. Friendship, in this sense, fulfills the human need for social interaction and is therefore essential for a happy, good, and successful life. For Aristotle, friendship in the form of political friendship is the greatest good of the polis, as it ensures stability and unity by creating a sense of togetherness and identification. In his opinion, legislators must therefore be more concerned with political friendship than with justice. For Aristotle, friendship is a virtue that is the most necessary good for both the individual and the state. It enriches both the individual and society. Friendship is the highest form of justice, as it surpasses justice. Friendship demands what is possible and not just what is just. In a friendship, you voluntarily behave unjustly in favor of your friend. You give your friend more than is justly due to him and demand less from him than he should justly give. Aristotle writes, "When men are friends, they have no need of justice, while when they are just, they need friendship as well, and the truest form of justice is thought to be a friendly quality." Aristotle's concept of friendship offers a profound analysis of interpersonal relationships and their significance for individual happiness and society. His thoughts on friendship are still highly influential today. Aristotle writes, "No one would want to live without friends, even if he had all the other goods together." How important are friends to you, and what types of friendships do you personally have?